When TDS finally reworked Frost Blaster and brought him back from the dead, you might have wondered, is the new Cryomancer better than Frost Blaster? Well, Nuberton, that's a great question because I don't want you to spend your valuable Robux on Frost Blaster so you can later find out the Cryo is just simply better. But wait, is Cryo actually better? Well, this is a question that I'll be answering for you with a wave by wave comparison midway through the video, along with my opinion and rank both of these towers, because you should know the best freeze tower to pick. By the way, you will see minigunner used throughout the video. That's just because freeze towers are meant to be support towers for main DPS. Now, our first contestant is Frost Blaster. He's going to be going first because he gets the OG treatment. He functions by shooting piercing bullets at enemies to slow and freeze them. Level 0 is $850 to place, 2.3 DPS, 1.5 slow, and 0.5 freeze. I don't think it can get better than this. Level 1 is a total of $1,150, 2.6 DPS, same slowness and same freeze. Level 2 is a total of $2,100, 5.2 DPS, 1.5 slowness. The slowness stays the same throughout all the levels. I'm not going to keep saying 1.5, and a 0.5 freeze. Level 3 is $5,600, 13.1 DPS, and freeze goes up to, drumroll please, 0.5 freeze. The final level, level 4, is $15,600, 23.2 DPS, and 1.25 freeze. And now his weapon gives me nostalgia for Outlaw. I'm gonna quickly brush over my opinions on Frost Blaster and then give a more in-depth opinion later because we have to check out Cryo. Frost Blaster is actually not a bad freeze tower. I think I'll use it more often because of the piercing, which makes the freeze a lot better. That gives me an idea. Maybe they should rework other towers with piercing. Anyways, I'm gonna rank Frost Blaster a solid B tier. It's good support, good freezing, and overall a well-balanced tower. But is Cryo balanced? Well, Cryo works just like Pyro, duh, and sprays enemies with nitrogen, and once you dump a few grand, she can freeze enemies. Yeah, Cryomancer's a winner. But how good is she? Level 0 is $300, 0 DPS, I know, crazy, and 2 slowdown. Level 1 is $550, still 0 DPS, still 2 slow. She gets a little more ammo and range, that's all that happens. Level 2 is $1,485, 4 DPS, and still 2 slow. Level 3 is $4,485, 8.2 DPS, that includes tick, and 4 slow. Final level is a grand total of $14,985. That's pretty similar to Frost Blaster, 20 DPS, 4 slow, and now has 2-second freeze. Now, let's do a side-by-side comparison. I think that Cryo is a very good tower if you place a lot of them, lower B tier because she doesn't have the same damage that Frost Blaster does and is only good at the higher tiers because the slowness is ineffective at low tiers. Still, it's a tower I would recommend getting because she is currently free. It's really up to you if you want to spend the money for Frost Blaster. I would say just save your Robux. And the reason I'm saying save your Robux is because of this. Because Freezer and Frost Blaster got buffs, then Sledger got a nerf, the devs are showing you that they want you to use 2 freeze towers to complement each other, so they together can make a same-ish effect that old Sledger had. Maybe not that broken, but similar. This is obviously to balance freeze towers, now showing that they have 4 freeze towers. They want you to use multiple instead of just using Sledger to spawn camp the base. I would most likely use these 2 towers together so Cryo can slow enemies and Frost Blaster can pierce the enemies that are being slowed so he can get more shots off, which obviously will let DPS towers get a ton more damage. It's actually good that they did this because now freeze towers are interchangeable for different strats. Like in the future, one strat might use Sledger more than Cryo because Sledger is just better for that event, but another event could use Cryo more because that would be more effective. My overall opinion is this is very good because you can use multiple freeze towers now to switch and interchange them because you might find that 2 freeze towers work better than another 2 combined. It's cool. I'll definitely be making more videos on freeze towers because this new way of balancing towers is very different from what TDS has done in the past. Anyways, thank you for watching all the way through, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Michael, don't leave me here. My house. My dog.